Hi, I'm Grace, and what happened to me might just blow your mind. I've always had a fabulous life. My dad was the #1 plastic surgeon in the country. All the Hollywood celebrities used his services. We were like semi-royalty. You have no idea how often I walked in to find celebrities in our living room. OMG, it's T. Brezzy!
Yeah, it's me. Your dad told me you were a fan, so I popped in to say hello.
Selfie for Instagram? People would die! Unable to contain my excitement, I grabbed my phone and called Flora right away. Flora, you won't believe who I took a selfie with. T. Brezzy! Yeah, he's here! In the moment I hung up, Flora appeared right in front of me in the blink of an eye. Is he still here? I ran as fast as I could. Oh, it's him. Hi, Mr. Brezzy. Marry me? Flora and I have been friends since forever. We are both divas, and everyone at school worships us. We weren't just best friends. Flora was also my right hand in everything, from picking outfits to co-leading the cheer squad with me. 5, 6, 7, 8. No, Tammy, stick to the routine. What is wrong with you? Must be all that holiday weight. Excuse me? You're not cheer captain, so you didn't get to talk to me like that, you Grace wannabe. Hey, Flora and I are the same. If Flora says lose weight, then lose weight. You will be respectful or leave my squad. Fine, good riddance. Okay, sometimes Flora can be a little feisty, but it's just who she is. She has a colorful personality. Deep down, she is a lovely soul. Of course, I understood her. We were absolute besties. Not only were we close, but our families were tight too. Flora's dad was a rich businessman. Not a celebrity, not famous, but definitely rich. I'm thinking we will do our annual joint family vacation in Greece again this year. Ugh, Greece again? The sun is just too hot there. I kind of want to go to Spain. Oh, I didn't know you had such a bad time last year. Okay, this time we will go to Spain. See, that's the key to a long-lasting friendship like ours. Compromise. She'd speak, and I'd listen, and we'd never fight. That's Hank, my love. We've been dating since middle school, and we are soulmates.
Hey, sweetie. The vending machine had your favorite chocolate. This was the last one.
Thank you, honey. He was so perfect. Besides being the most handsome boy in school and the football captain, he was also the sweetest boyfriend in the world. So romantic. Do those without boyfriends not deserve chocolates?
One for you too, Flora.
My life was more than perfect. It was fantabulous. Until... One afternoon after school, I walked out of our Rolls Royce to find my home flooded by the police. What is happening?
I'm being investigated for malpractice after a TikTok trend accused me of using expired drugs. Now my license is suspended and my assets are frozen.
Is it true, Dad?
Of course not. I've practiced for almost 20 years and I've always been professional.
What are we going to do, Dad? My life crumbled to dust that random afternoon in May. The whole world was shunning my family, except the press. Celebrities who used to hang out at my house were putting out disclaimers and distancing themselves from my family. As soon as Flora heard the news, she came straight to my house. How can anyone believe your dad could do stuff like this? This feels planned. Thank God we're not getting kicked out of this house. Thank you. It means the world that you believe me. Gosh, I forgot about practice for the upcoming big Spring Fest. That's right. I've been out of school for a week now, and I wonder how the squad's been managing without a leader. Actually, I am the cheer captain now. I'm only holding on to it till you come back. So sorry I didn't tell you. It's okay. I'm happy the squad is in great hands while I get better. The shame was overwhelming. I skipped all the spring break activities and delayed school for nearly 2 weeks. I just stayed home, scrolling through my friends' updates on Instagram. I texted Flora and Hank, but neither replied. Maybe they were just too busy with all the events. After the break, even though I wasn't ready, I had no choice but to return to school. I wouldn't let gossip scare me. This was my kingdom after all, and I still had Flora and Hank by my side. Hey, Flora! Ready for cheer practice today? Grace? I thought you needed time. Yeah, it was rough, but I can't run forever. I'm better now, and there's still so much I want to do with you. I thought everything would be fine, that my school life would soon get back on track. But I was wrong. As I stepped onto the practice field, the once lively atmosphere suddenly fell into an awkward silence. Hi, squad! So happy to be back. I saw the routine you guys did at the Spring Fest. So dope. Can we run it back? Like to change some stuff. Grace, we had an emergency meeting, and everyone wants me to stay as cheer captain. Their parents don't want them around someone like you. What does that even mean? Who said that? Say it to my face, you coward! I couldn't understand why I was being treated like I had a contagious disease. I did not deserve this! But what hurt most was my best friend doing a full 180. Instead of taking my side, Flora suddenly acted cold and distant to me. I walked down the hall, weighed down by sadness. I reached for my phone to call Hank, hoping for comfort. Just as my fingers hovered over his name, I looked up, and there he was, already walking toward me.
Grace?
Baby, I've been calling you. Today has been a nightmare.
Yeah, I heard you raged out like Hulk. The squad is terrified.
What?
Grace, the team feels you should step back for a while.
Why were you so heartless when I got kicked out?
I just think you are unstable right now.
Unstable? That word pierced my heart like 1,000 needles. My life was falling apart, and my boyfriend thought I was unstable. I looked over at the table where Flora and the other cheer squad members were sitting. Those old friends of mine still looked so happy without me. I stood there, unsure where to sit, until 2 people came over and invited me to join their table. Thanks for caring about me. You both look familiar.
I'm Theo, and she's Lynn. We've been in your class since middle school.
That's embarrassing.
You are a snob, and you only talk to popular people. She didn't mean it that way. Lynn is autistic. She has 0 filters. I don't think your dad is guilty. I followed the case. Something doesn't make sense. I'm working on it. She also thinks she's a detective.
Because I am.
How do you feel about Flora and Hank?
What happened to them?
Nothing. Lynn, that's enough. What? Everyone saw them at the Springfest. I saw them kissing.
All I could hear was my heartbeat. Without thinking, I bolted to my old table. Tell me the thing about you and Hank isn't true.
What if it is?
What? Are you stealing my life? First my cheer squad, now my boyfriend?
Stole? Correction? They chose me instead of you.
Right then, I saw Hank walk in. I ran to him and dragged him over to Flora. It was time for the truth. Just the 3 of us. Hank, what about those ridiculous rumors that you and Flora are dating?
Grace, please stop making a scene.
I was stunned by the reaction of that jerk of a boyfriend. All eyes turned to us, and the crowd buzzed with whispers. I gave him such a wicked slap and ran out of the cafeteria. I never thought that my boyfriend and best friend would betray me. Eyes filled with tears, I ran as fast as I could, then broke down and cried for hours.
Hello? We've been looking for you.
What for? Stay away from me. Get close and they'll hate you too.
People didn't like us to begin with anyway.
I thought my life would stay in the dark forever until Lynn and Theo came along and lit it up again. They were always there for me, talking, hanging out with me whenever they had time. Those 2 months made me realize that my life was still amazing in its way, with real friends by my side. Even though school life was getting better, seeing my ex-boyfriend and ex-best friend all lovey-dovey still made it hard for me to accept. Suddenly, I heard footsteps rushing toward me. It was Lynn and Theo.
That couple always gives me the creeps. Don't waste your tears on someone who's not worth it, buddy.
I'm totally fine.
They're a match made in hell. Honestly, you must have been blind to fall for Hank back then. She doesn't understand social cues. Sorry about that.
She's not wrong. But how have you stayed friends with her all this time?
Being a friend is loving a person completely, even when they occasionally drive you crazy.
I remembered all my old friends, and it hurt. They never loved me completely. Then they invited me to volunteer at a soup kitchen, promising it would be super fun. And of course, how could I possibly escape Lynn's daily persuasive speeches? So I agreed. I mean, I had nothing better to do, and trying something new might just help time pass a little faster. And the soup kitchen? It was greater than I could imagine. The people were kind, warm, and so lovely. Thank you guys for letting me come. It was great.
You are welcome.
Suddenly, I saw Lynn freeze for a moment, squinting as she stared off into the distance.
Huh, isn't that Flora? What's a stuck-up girl like her doing in a place like this slum anyway?
I turned to look in the direction Lynn was staring, and it was Flora. She was walking out of a house, looking all shady, but I didn't think much of it. After that day, I started going to the soup kitchen every day after school to help. Sometimes alone, sometimes with Theo. The people loved Theo because he always played tunes on his guitar and got everyone to dance. It was so shocking that I had never noticed such an amazing guy in my class all this time. He was handsome and smart and witty and... Oh, no, I can't think like that. He is just a friend. Prom was right around the corner, and we were going as a trio. Prom king and queen were so obvious, and I prepared myself for heartbreak when I would hear their names. But then something unbelievable happened. On the prom night, we were dancing and trying to have fun when Lynn burst in. I knew it! I told you your dad was innocent! What? I tracked all the tweets about your dad. All 563 of them were coming from the same address. So I went there and boom! It's all fake. The videos, all AI. At this point, everyone was listening to Lynn. Someone even turned off the music. But my dad doesn't have enemies. Who would do that? Your dad doesn't, but you do. And I know who did it. Remember when you saw Flora sneaking out of that shady house? I had a hunch, looked into it, and nailed it. Turns out, she paid the guy living there to make fake videos to ruin your dad. I would never go to that part of town, you crazy girl. I confronted him, warned him about the legal consequences, and he confessed everything. All the recorded evidence is saved right here on my phone. The moment Lynn finished her sentence, Flora lunged forward, trying to snatch the phone from her hand. That only confirmed her involvement in all those awful actions. She used to be my best friend. How could she do this to me? Why? Weren't we friends once? You wish. Don't act like a victim. Perfect Grace gets the best life, the best boyfriend, and celebrities come to her birthday. I just needed to humble you. You destroyed my family just because you were jealous? I wasn't jealous. I hated you. Flora's confession left everyone speechless, and then she exploded, throwing things in anger. She even kicked and screamed till security carried her out. I deserved your life! I hate you! Absolutely insane. Out of nowhere, Hank showed up and walked over, pretending to care about me. I never thought Flora would be like that. Grace, the only one I've truly loved is you. Can we get back together? At that moment, all I felt was a chill looking at that fake face. Thankfully, Theo stepped in and helped me get away from that jerk with ease. I eventually found out Flora had serious mental health issues. Her family knew about it but kept it hidden, afraid it would bring shame to their name. Flora refused to admit it or get help, which only made her spiral further. But now, she has to face the truth and take responsibility for what she's done. After the last prom ended in chaos and got cancelled, the school decided to hold a new one so we could experience it properly. Look on the bright side. You lost fake friends, but gained 2 real ones. Though I might become a third wheel for you two soon. What? No, we just... Come on, you two. Be honest with yourselves. The whole room went still. All eyes on us. And I felt so awkward. Theo smiled and suddenly pulled me into him, then kissed me. For a moment, the world faded, and it felt like I had stepped straight into a scene from one of those romantic TV dramas. Yay! My best friends are in love! Woohoo! My dad was vindicated, and everything was restored. Flora was checked into a mental institution for behavioral problems. My life went back to normal, but this time I had friends who actually loved me, and I spent all my spare time helping poor people. Never let betrayal steal your faith and kindness. Good people are all around us, ready to help us heal. But instead of waiting, be the one who gives first. Kindness given always finds its way back, often in ways you never expect.
Hey, I'm Esther of the rising TikTok channel at Aesthetic, where I share my passion for fashion. Look at my newest design. Cool, huh? Who would have thought newspaper was a great material for making dresses? I was trying one on and posing for photos when I heard a knock on my door. That's my mom and dad. Esther, we have some good news.
We're moving.
What?
I'm being transferred to another branch in San Francisco. Can you believe we'll be living in that sunny city?
No, we can't move. I'm a senior already. All my friends are here. Mom!
Just get over it and start packing. This is our one chance at a better life.
Why can't they understand that I'm not simply shy, but actually have major social anxiety? It's a real thing that I can't just get over. That's also why my 2 million TikTok followers still haven't seen my face yet. I could barely handle the stress from across the screen, never mind being alone in a brand new school full of strangers. Oh gosh, This place must be twice as big as my old school. It's gonna take forever to find the bathroom. Man, it feels like 1,000 eyes are on me. Or maybe not, but I can't risk looking around. What if someone makes eye contact? My palms are sweaty, my heartbeat is so loud I can hardly hear anything else. But then, some hot couple walked in and literally ate up the entire hallway's attention. Good, surely no one would notice me now. It was so exhausting running from one class to the next. Now, where do I sit? I walked over to a table, but no one batted an eye. I wasn't sure if I should sit down or not when suddenly a pretty girl appeared. Sky blue. Sorry? Anyway, you're new, right? I'm JoJo, class president. Come sit with us. I followed her to another table. Hi guys, got space for 2 more? Yeah, sure, the more the merrier. Oh no, that girl doesn't sound too happy about having me here. But it would be too awkward to just get up and leave. Hi, I'm Esther. Hey, didn't know they serve fresh tomatoes here.
Finish your lunch, Amanda. We have homework to do.
Phew. Yeah, think about your homework, guys. Don't mind me. I got to know the school layout a bit better, so the next day wasn't as hard. Until I saw some girl waving at me. She looked like JoJo, but her eyes weren't blue. Must be her twin sister or a doppelganger waving at someone behind me.
You really just got ghosted in real life? And you call yourself class president?
I flinched. So that actually was the class president from yesterday? How strange. Then, my absolute worst nightmare came true in biology class. We had to work in pairs. Okay, which group would like a new member? Anyone? Please, help a girl out.
I see you're in a desperate need of a partner, Zeke. Why don't you raise your hand so Esther can see where you are?
I saw an arm at the back of the class, so I walked towards it.
Hi, newbie. Esther, right? My name is...
Baby blue, emerald green?
Hey, do my eyes look funny to you, new girl?
Jeez, I didn't mean to upset him, so I ended up explaining that I'd had issues with eye contact since I was little, so my mom made me pay attention to strangers' eye colors to make it seem like I looked them in the eye. She even asked me what color their eyes were afterwards to make sure I did what she asked. Well, even though I did, that trick never actually helped me get over my social anxiety. In fact, I usually only notice other people's eye color, not their names or how the rest of their faces look.
You're weird, but I believe you. I don't like interacting with other humans either. They tend to pick on me because of my eyes.
It shouldn't come as a surprise that us shy kids got along pretty well. Zeke taught me biology and chemistry after class, while I helped him with the Spanish homework. Thanks to him, lunchtime isn't as stressful anymore. We could chat away about anime for hours, and he's supportive of my fashion obsession. So I felt comfortable enough to tell him about my TikTok account. He still liked to tease me from time to time, though.
Reader, what color are their eyes? You know, the powerhouses, Colin and Amanda over there.
No way. I never look pretty guys in the eye, cause I'll immediately turn into a walking tomato. Same thing for hot girls. I don't want them to think I'm trying to pick a fight with them or something.
You're that avoidant? Have you ever made eye contact with anyone here except me?
Yep, JoJo, the blue-eyed girl.
Blue? You know her eyes are brown, right? She likes wearing contacts. JoJo changes her eye color, hair, and accessories every week. She's quite a chameleon. Too bad she seems so smitten with that boring guy Colin Gray.
Wow, someone clearly has a crush on JoJo. But actually, I think Z could be quite a catch too, if he wasn't so insecure about his heterochromia.
Speaking of JoJo, have you heard about her Halloween party?
What about it?
Well, I thought about going, but I've no costume. Forget it. It's not like she'd notice me there anyway.
No! You should definitely go. I can help in the costume department. So, here we are. I'd successfully transformed my timid friend into King Lelouch. Who else but Zeke and his unique eye colors could pull this off? As his personal stylist, he insisted I come with him. I'm not even dressed up though. Oh man, I can hear my heart pounding already thinking about how many people will be in there. But I'm not the type to abandon my friend. So, let's go. As soon as everyone saw His Majesty, they went silent. Then erupted when he flipped his cape. Look at him! His ego must be through the roof right now. I then swiftly stepped back to a corner. So, this is what a house party is like. Suddenly, I overheard 2 girls talking. Aesthetic is definitely from our school, or Zeke had some connections. Yeah, I swear this is the exact same outfit Aesthetic has been prepping on her channel.
Oh, come on. There could be hundreds of Lelouch costumes during this spooky season. Girls, please stop speculating. Aesthetic is totally not from this school. Hey there, what's your costume? A shy cute girl?
Nice Stranger Things shirt.
Yeah, I look even better than Eddie, don't I?
Yeah, totes. So I have this thing. Gotta go. Bye! Then I ran straight out of there. That was too much socializing for one day. After that party, I noticed Zeke started to hang out with JoJo and became much more confident. I was happy for him, but he was no longer the same guy. One time, we agreed to study together in the library, but he stood me up. When we met the following day, he said he hadn't touched his homework yet because he was out with JoJo, and then asked to copy mine. Sure, fine. But when he was done, he flat out refused to teach me chemistry, as he was too busy. Things were that way for a while, until today when I found out the shocking truth.
Esther, I only keep her around to do my Spanish homework. You know she's a total buzzkill.
Excuse me? Your free homework trial has expired. So much for we're friends, huh?
Everyone, look! Someone finally came to some self-realization. How adorable! Tell them, Zeke! Did you know she has to make her own clothes? Pathetic!
Who was this guy? He's the total opposite of the boy I'd got to know over the past couple of months. Am I in the upside down? It's over. Zeke and I were practically strangers now. Back to my gloomy and lonely life. Annoyingly, I saw Zeke again that day, this time on the school paper. This smug jerk gave an interview on the now famous Lelouch look. However, in that article, JoJo claimed to be Aesthetic, the creator behind that costume, while Zeke backed up her entire story. What in the world? And JoJo even showed some of the sketches that I shared on my account. I was furious and went to confront JoJo, but somehow she didn't seem to be fazed at all.
So what if you're the real Aesthetic?
I can be her too, don't you think? If you have a problem with that, then let's go sort it out. Attention, everyone! This is Esther. You probably don't know her, but who cares? She has something to share. The floor is yours, girl. Everyone's gaze turned towards me. Holy moly, where should I look? Why is this so different from talking to the camera? My entire body went into crisis mode. God no, something's coming up. Run! Although I calmed myself down, I couldn't face anyone right now. This is the worst day of my life. Suddenly, someone tapped my shoulder. Amanda? What does this social butterfly want? Did she just ask me if I was okay? Okay? No, I'm not okay. Why is it that girls like you and JoJo, who already have everything, always want to take away everything? Hey, I'm just trying to be nice here. If it wasn't for my silly little friend... What? What are you talking about? Never mind. Sorry, but you don't seem okay. Come with me. I think I know how to make you feel better. Come on! Skipping one class won't kill you, but bad mental health will. I wiped away my tears and went with Amanda, even though I barely knew her. But she had a point. The last thing I need right now is a stuffy classroom. Here it is! Go inside. There'll be someone who can help you. That's weird, but alright. I stepped inside, and it was like being hugged by the smells of wood and paper. It felt healing, for sure. I was browsing through the store, then saw Colin walk over. Startled, I stuck my face into an empty slot on a bookshelf to avoid him, but... This place is filled with dust! Surprisingly, Colin only smiled and gently wiped the dust off my face. If you're looking for your girlfriend, Amanda just left.
She's not my girlfriend. And actually, I asked her to bring you here.
What? Why? Just calm down. I got you something. How do you know my favorite genre?
Because I've seen you read to calm yourself down before.
Turns out, Colin had been observing me from a distance for some time, so he even remembered what I usually read. He was hesitant to talk to me though, afraid that all the unwanted attention he might attract would make me feel uncomfortable.
But now, everyone knows I like you. Sorry about that.
Don't be. It's my fault and my anxieties.
I can help you with that. Esther, would you go to prom with me?
How will that help?
It will. Trust me.
Oh, his eyes are gray? I realized I've been talking to him all this time just fine without using the old trick. What if this guy really could help me? On prom night, Colin drove me there. While he was parking his car, I waited in front of the venue. Out of nowhere, Zeke approached me.
Listen, there's not much time. You gotta listen to me. JoJo plans to give you an award, but it's only to get you to stand on the X mark on the stage where the trap door is. She wants to humiliate you in front of the entire school because you're with the guy she likes, so be careful. What game are you trying to play here? Why are you telling me this? I want to make things right. Jojo took advantage of my feelings for her, and I was too blind to see that she only liked Colin, and she's been using me to hurt you. This is my chance to make it up to you, so please, don't go up there. It's a trap.
Stop it already! I won't let you make a fool of me again. Right on time, Colin came to the rescue.
Haven't you done enough? Stay away from her. I'm truly sorry, Esther.
Inside, we were greeted by Amanda.
Congrats, bro. I'm finally free from the Colin's rumor girlfriend label.
Jojo must be green with envy seeing how cute you two are together.
Right. She's here, as well as hundreds of other people. Nope, I can't do this. I quickly crawled under a table and curled up into a ball.
Still, Colin remained patient.
You are absolutely stunning tonight. Honestly, your dress is amazing. Come out. Let the whole world see you.
The world will only laugh in my face.
Okay, then let me join you. It's actually quite cozy down here.
What are you doing?
Well, tonight is a special night, and my date's a special girl. So I figured we could totally enjoy it in an unusual way.
I feel like my insides just turned into a hot liquidy mess. Who would have thought that I could meet someone who goes out of their way to make me happy? We chatted for a while, then noticed that the lights outside were dimmed for the slow dance. Let's go. Hand in hand, Colin and I swayed to the melody, feeling like we were the only people in the room. Then, the music suddenly stopped. They were about to present tonight's awards for remarkable students.
And now, Best Dressed of the Night award goes to Esther Crawford!
No way! What Zeke said immediately came to my mind. I turned around to see Zeke looking concerned and shaking his head. Maybe he'd been telling the truth after all.
You don't have to go up there if you don't feel like it.
Colin was as understanding as always. But then I saw Jojo's smug face. I couldn't let her win again, so I mustered all my courage and stepped onto the stage, but steered clear of the X mark Zeke mentioned. Thank you, everybody, but I believe another person deserves this award much more than me. She's none other than our hard-working class president, Jojo. That's so sweet of you, but it's yours. Please, step up to receive it. You mean here?
No, one step forward. Here? Jojo became impatient and rushed towards me.
No, you have to stand here! Right back at you, Jojo. Have a taste of your own medicine. Now that's some headline material for the school paper. So, today is the day. My long overdue face reveal. This is such a beautiful dress, right guys? If you're wondering who this strange girl is, hi, I'm Esther, and I'm the person behind @aesthetic. This dress right here, it's what I wore to senior prom. Settle in, I'm doing a face reveal and storytime video today. How long is this gonna take? So much for taking care of me.
Lex, starting today, I'm locking your phone and laptop away. Cruel! Isn't one leg cast enough punishment? Excuse me, you don't deserve to have a say in this. If you hadn't bought our daughter that death trap motorbike in the first place, she'd still be intact. Yeah, sorry for making sure she doesn't grow up boring like her mom.
Yeah, another lecture on how irresponsible I was eventually turned into a quarrel between mom and dad instead. They stopped only when mom needed to leave for her business trip in Egypt.
I'm done arguing with you. I have a flight to catch. I've got my eye on you, young lady.
All the way from Egypt? That's kinda hard. Well, at least Dad's here, so I won't be by myself. The next morning, I woke up to see a note stuck to the fridge.
Alex, I'm shooting my new movie in Spain for a few months. There's a strict no-phone policy to avoid leaks. So if it isn't urgent, don't call me. Love, Dad.
Seriously? Choosing work over me? Why am I still surprised? That's when you have a world-famous actor dad and an award-winning photographer mom. They're rarely home, and whenever they are, they're constantly at each other's throats. All the more reason for me to hang out with my biker gang. I love motorcycles. They're my only getaway. But that's how I messed up my leg. In my defense, I could totally nail that trick and win their stupid bet, if it wasn't for that bumpy road. However, not a single one of my homies has checked on me since then. Not even my boyfriend Blake. But what's really bumming me out is that school's out for summer, yet I can hardly move. So, bored out of my mind, I came up with a new way to entertain myself, which was playing candid camera on this whole suburbia. Thanks to my mom's camera, I had eyes on the newlyweds Cunninghams on the right, the Carpenters on the left, a few other houses, and, ooh, tiny Timmy across the street. I swear to God, I almost thought some hunky guy had just moved in. My childhood friend Tiny Timmy had officially grown into Timothy. He looked just like a muscular version of Timothy Chalamet. Then Tim suddenly sat up and we accidentally made eye contact. Awkward. Looking good, handsome. He's even cuter when he smiles. Oh, he's replying. Even better up close. That's bold, Timmy. Too bad, though. Sorry, lame. Tim looks confused at first. Then when he saw my cast, he immediately leaves the room. Huh? A broken leg is enough to scare him off? He's lame. Then the doorbell rang. Hey, that took a while. You're here? Of course, you need to have a closer look, and could use a hand. Or a leg. Yeah, come help this damsel in distress. From then on, Tim came over every day to help me out around the house. He'd been really helpful and even tried riding my motorcycle so it didn't have to sit idle for too long. Other than that bulked up body, he's still the friend I knew back in the day. We still had so much fun playing video games and watching movies together. You have to watch Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. It's nuts. Actually, I thought you might be into Lady Bird. Such a heartwarming coming-of-age story. Ew, no way. Timothy Chalamet is in it. Okay, sold. But how do you know that it'd sway me? I just do. Like how I know you spy on me from time to time, which, by the way, is super creepy. Yeah, right. As if he didn't intentionally leave his blinds open while working out. Mr. Shy Guy. One day, as usual, me and Tim were hanging out, when suddenly my dear boyfriend Blake made a noisy entrance. Babe, you won't believe this. There's a racing tournament going on in the Upper West Side. You have to come. What's going on here? Sup? What do you mean, sup? Who's this little brat? Oh, this is Tim. Tim, this is Blake. Say hi. Hi. I don't care. What do you think you're doing? Watch your tongue. You've been ignoring me for weeks, and now you show up raving on about some dumb street racing contest? You don't even remember that I broke my leg, do you? But, you're mine! Blake was fuming like a bull ready for battle and about to throw hands at Tim, but he stopped his fist midair. A defeated-looking Blake fled off as soon as he got out of Tim's grip. Coward. I apologized to Tim for dragging him into this mess, and he was surprisingly cool about it. Just curious, how did Blake and you become a thing? He's the leader of the biker gang, so I thought he was cool, but honestly, I never expected our relationship to last, just like every other couple's. Exhibit A, my parents. I see. My dad's a good example as well. Then Tim revealed that his dad left his mom for another woman last year, which really upset him. I could relate so much to his situation. Maybe being locked up at home wasn't so bad after all, since we had the chance to catch up on everything. But the following morning, when I was chilling in my room, something horrible caught my eye. Something blonde. It looked like she was returning a hoodie to Tim. What kind of friend borrows a hoodie and acts like that around each other? Let's see what he has to say for himself. Who's that blonde? What was she doing at your place today? What? Who? She might look like strawberry shortcake, but don't be fooled. Whatever love you two might think you have will soon fade. That sweetness will turn sour in no time. Tim just burst out laughing. What's so funny? What made you think so? You don't even know Annabelle. Don't believe me? See for yourself. I then showed him all of the secrets I'd uncovered in our seemingly quiet neighborhood. First off, the couple from number 9 were both having affairs. The daughter from number 11 was using her boyfriend to hide her real relationship with another girl. And last but not least, the Carpenters, who seemed like suburban couples goal, actually had a far from blissful life due to Mr. Carpenter's drinking problem. In conclusion, there's no such thing as real love. I see your point, but on the other side of the spectrum, genuine love does exist. Tim points the camera towards the Cunninghams. I'm not buying their poster couple act. Then, one day, Tim said he had to work overtime at the library to prepare for an event with, you guessed it, Annabelle only. I had to hide my anger as I watched him drive off with Blondie. With nothing else to do, I decided to watch the Cunninghams. Geez, how could they seem so lovey-dovey all the time? I wanted to take my mind off of Tim, but the more I observed them, the more I thought about him with that Barbie. That's when I saw a book that Tim borrowed for me from the library.
Looks like it's time to return it. I Ubered there, but there are many people here as well. Why did Tim say that the two of them would be here alone? Tim's face turned into the scream when he saw me. Didn't think I could get this far? Hi, don't mind me. I'm just here to return this. You should have just given it to me. Oh god, no. I can see that you're busy with Annabelle, isn't it? Yeah. How do you know my name? Oh, let's see. You remind me of that creepy doll who's also an absolute nightmare. Tim then immediately dragged me away. See? He's caring for me, not you, Annie. However, the fun was interrupted right away when I saw Blake outside. Time for you to pay. Tim immediately stood between Blake and me, but to our surprise, Blake signaled for his goons hiding close by to show themselves. Clearly outnumbered, I tried to stop the situation from getting worse. Let's be civilized here. We can sort this out without violence. You're right, babe. We can settle this with a bet. Whoever can do the trick that broke Lex's leg and top it off with the Akira slide can have her fair and square. The loser has to back down. First of all, I'm not some kind of trophy. Second of all, that stunt is incredibly dangerous. Right, Tim? Sounds worth it, though. Have both of you lost your minds? Tim went first, and even though he flunked it, he managed to land without a scratch, while Blake landed on his face. Of course, that fiasco got the whole gang so embarrassed, they scrammed immediately. But I was still so annoyed. Congratulations, you won absolutely nothing. Not that I didn't care about him, I just couldn't stand his recklessness anymore. The next day, I was woken up by a doorbell. So, what are you here for? Sorry about last night. But if you stayed longer, I could have told you that I did what I did because I like you. Romantic styles. I don't even remember since when, but I do remember how sad I was when we stopped hanging out. Believe it or not, I started working out just to impress you. Whoa, what? Tim explained that nothing was going on between Annabelle and him. They were simply co-workers. And he made up that whole thing about being alone with her at the library to see my reaction. What do you say? I can make you believe in love. Tim, don't be ridiculous. Love isn't anything like the movies. It's merely a temporary chemical reaction in your brain that makes you think you're really feeling it. Come on, just give it a chance. No, look at my parents, your father, all the families in this neighborhood. If you ask me, your feelings for me right now will fade, just like mine with Blake. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I thought I was special enough for you to take a leap of faith. Now I know how wrong I was. He then left without another word. When Tim closed his blinds, honestly, I felt a sting in my chest. This is for the best, right? I can't deny the uneasiness I felt without Tim. It's not that he didn't want us to make up. I just didn't know how. Seeing how happy and smiley he was with her, my uneasy feeling only grew bigger. Is this what they call love? No. It's not real. Happy-looking families are not actually happy, and the Cunninghams are just good at faking it. What's that I'm hearing? Are they fighting? I saw the husband suddenly punch the wall with rage, then push the wife. I no longer had eyes on them, but could hear a huge commotion over there. What on earth is going on? Panicked, I called the cops right away. Wait a second, that means their happy marriage really was fake. I excitedly limped across the street to tell Tim about my discovery, then dragged him over to the Cunninghams' front lawn. However, when the cops arrived, both of them answered the door perfectly fine. Turns out they already knew about my spying, and were so annoyed by it, they decided to pull a prank on me. Great, my curious neighbors have also witnessed this whole humiliating ordeal. But the worst part was seeing the disappointment on Tim's face. You have to stop being so stubborn. Not every family is like yours. I couldn't say a word, not even when the cops gave me a warning. That night, I tossed and turned as Tim's words wiggled around my mind. Suddenly, something caught my attention. It's from Tim's house. Some flashlights were moving around. I tried calling Tim, but he didn't answer. Of course, he'd be in deep sleep by now. Calling the cops was useless because of that very recent embarrassing incident. That's it. I'm doing it myself. Out there on Tim's front lawn, my heart was beating like crazy. Thieves! Thieves! The startled thieves turned around, so I blared the air horn, then shouted, "Freeze! Stay where you are! Hands over your heads!" But Obviously, I, a teenager with one working leg, never actually expected any criminal to stand still. They quickly got a hold of me, and right when I thought my life was over, get away from her!
Tim, thank goodness! Other neighbors also came and stopped the thieves. Tim called the cops, and this time they reported to the scene ASAP. Phew, that was insane. Mrs. Jones, Tim's mom, thanked me and invited me to stay the night. It's really nice of her, even though she burst out laughing when I explained the situation with the Cunninghams. When Tim went to grab some drinks for us, she asked me why I was alone in this condition. So I spilled everything about my family. Contrary to her reaction just now, she showed me sympathy. From her experience, love didn't always have a happy ending, but it doesn't mean it's not real. Tim's dad and I had genuine feelings for each other. It's just that over time, things changed. We're open to accept this and be honest with each other. That's what real love is. I wouldn't change a thing, and I would still fall crazily in love with him, despite knowing we would eventually break up. Because that's how I got Tim, the second real love of my life. Her words hit different. Maybe I'd given love a bad name. You're right, love is not at fault, and Tim is so lucky to have a loving mom like you. Meanwhile, my parents don't just hate each other, they put it all on me too. Bet you, even tonight's incident won't make them care. I see where you're coming from, but why don't you just give it a try? Their reactions might surprise you. So I called them up, and guess what? They both sounded concerned on the phone and said they'd come home as soon as they could. See, I told you so. It's all right now. Timmy, please show Lex where she'll be sleeping.
That was really brave of you. Being all heroic out there despite your whole situation.
I wouldn't have risked my life if it wasn't for
what? I'm all ears.
For you. I'm sorry I overreacted. The thought of becoming a boring old couple who hate each other bugged me. But then I realized if we were together, we wouldn't have to be that. We could be like the Cunninghams. That doesn't sound too bad now, does it?
I guess not.
Next morning, I woke up to my parents' call. They actually kept their promise this time. My mom explained that she thought Dad was home to take care of me, while Dad absent-mindedly assumed Mom only left in a fit of anger and was going to return soon. So they really do care about me. They just have a terrible way of showing it. They stayed together, thinking it would be best for me. But the unending tension and bickering was eating us all up from the inside. This incident opened their eyes, so they agreed to have a peaceful divorce while still looking after me together. I'm finally free from the cast, but I actually feel even more liberated than before. Is this the power of my newfound belief in love? Is it because I've realized that love was around me all along? I'm not sure myself, but who cares? Alex and Timothy signing off.